Right. Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. Very excited to be here together with Nicola or Nick and Patrick. So, welcome back, Nick. Welcome back, Patrick.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Fabio.
So, it's good to have you here. So, last time I think you were here was probably December. And just to give you, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself, but just to give you just a little bit of background why we're here today. So, what we did in December, or actually at the beginning of December, was working with Nick. So, Nick has been a subscriber of MenthorQ since the beginning, since we were only in Italy. So, we've known each other for about 4 years. And recently, you obviously sold your businesses and really started wanting to become an investor, an active investor. So if you guys come to our academy, what we did is we have a course which is available for everyone. So this is a free course. To access the course, simply create a free account. So just go to mentorq.com/free. And then you can access this course. So me and Patrick spent about, I think, 12 hours at the end of November, beginning of December with Nick. And we went over going from zero to then becoming a trader. And in today's session, Nick is going to show us what is done for the past 2 months, successes, challenges, how he's using the data. But in this course, and I encourage everyone to take advantage because it's available for you guys for free. So just create a free account and you can access. I'm going to paste the link as well here on the chat. Basically, we start from going over what MentorQ is, how we can help you. Then we went over different strategies. And then on day 3, Nick kind of like put it all together. We saw some live trading. And then, of course, we did a session where we look at the results. And today, Nick is going to really show us what he's done in the past few months, the biggest achievements, the biggest challenges. So please, guys, if you have questions, it's a very, very good opportunity here. So I'm gonna share your screen, Nick. I'm gonna pass it on to you, and then let's get into it. I think you're on mute.
Yes, I'm on mute. First of all, I want to thank you, Fabio and Patrick, for your help with my journey to learn some stuff about trading, because I started from really zero, because I was an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur, of course, but I approached the trade and the trading only a few months ago, because before that I only was a long-term investor in Italian stocks or in ETF or asset allocation with my money, and I give everything to the bank to manage my money. But now in December I want to change this position, and I wanted to learn more about finance, and I wanted to try to become a trader, not a professional trader, because I'm so far to that point. But I tried to having some tips from you and a lot of data from MentorQ. I tried to learn all the data from MentorQ, from the dashboard, from the services, and I started from the screeners. This was my first goal. I understand the screeners. The screeners, in particular, the gamma levels, because I started from the core resistance screeners. I came from stock trading, basically, and I looked how can I trade some stocks with basically some simple trades, directional trades, in maybe 5 days or a week. And I went to the screener in gamma levels, and first of all, I ordered by market cap for searching and find some stocks that I knew before, like Baba, for example, or like some tech stocks. And if the spot price, it was nearby the core resistance or the put support, then I could take a directional trade with buying or selling some stock, some of this stock. After that, what I did, I go into the dashboard about the single stocks like this, and I'm trying to understand all this data. There are a lot of data, of course, in MentorQ. At the beginning, I cannot understand everything, and I focus on few data like the liquidity snapshot and the option matrix. First of all, the liquidity snapshot, because I saw the gamma condition that you teach me, that it means if there are some risk of volatility in the market with this type of stocks, and positive is there are less risks than high range of volatility, and there are positive feeling about these stocks. And I look at the momentum if it's bullish, and that's it. The first trade that I made, it was to buying in a long position. If I don't remember bad, 20 or 50 Baba stocks, and it was in December. After that, I made this type of trade every day for a week. I went to the gamma levels, I went to the support levels, to the core resistance screener, and that I made my trade. Only directional strategy, okay? Basic. And something was bad, something went bad, something went good. I take some profit, but unfortunately, it was too simple, this type of strategy. And in the second week, I tried to learn this one, the option matrix. I understand what is JAX and what is DEX, and I tried to make some directional trade, but with options, not with stocks, with simple stocks. In the same way, directional trades only having a focus on this type of core resistance and put supports. I looked at the core resistance like 140 and the exposure, the expiration there. And if the liquidity snapshot and the complexity, the totally of the expiration are positive, are green, okay, that make it simple, and this momentum was bullish, and the gamma position was positive, and I understand later the IVU rank is less, is little, and the implied volatility is less than the historical volatility. Then I made my directional trade with 5-day time frame. I buy a call or buy a put if I bet on a long or a short movement of the price of the stocks. And this was what I did in the second weekend. It works, but I would like to go deeper, and I would like to understand other models and other data that you provide to give to us, like the volume and the open interest. Because of course, I come back for a second. When I look at the option matrix, I look at the same time at the net JAX, because I want to see the major level of the where there are some support or some resistance, the major level of price, okay, like 140 like this, or 130 like that, and the multi expiration. Because if I made a trade with 5-day time frame, I looked, of course, at the first expiration, but even the second expiration, okay, not only the total expiration, because I'm looking for a tiny movement of the price, not a super big movement of the price, okay.
Nicola, can
Yeah.
you give us some example? We are now on Baba. how you would read this now. So if you would take the trade now, how you would read Baba. So how you would use our data now.
Yes, of course. Now I looked, of course, at the liquidity snapshot. But by the way, there are some new indicators that I have to understand. These four Q score indicator are new for me and I have to understand. But before that, I look at the momentum, of course, bullish momentum. The implied volatility, if the implied volatility is super less, my expectation is that there are no a lot of movement, okay, in the next maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days. For example, now is less than the historical volatility, and the gamma is positive. The momentum is bullish. I think we are in a positive expectation. And I looked at the key levels. This is the reason that I took the dashboard behind the liquidity snapshot, because I want to look to this type of data, the NetJacks 181. I came back to yesterday when I do this type of analysis, and I want to know the differences between yesterday and today. 191, pretty the same. Okay, I go back to the 5 and 135 net jacks positive. That it means positive jacks is growing, and this is for me a confirmation that I cannot expect it a movement, a big movement, or a reverse trade, a reverse trending. Okay, and in this case, I can look at this. We are in 130. Okay. This is the spot price. The next big level is 140, the total expiration. I look at this for the next exposure. The core resistance are the same, 140, 140, and in 21 is 1 and 25. Okay, I can bet on this type of time frame 1 week from now. That it means the next Friday expiration for buying a call or buying a stock searching a continuous trend positive. I can buy, of course, a call, or I can make some more complex trade with option. Maybe we can talk after, because I learn like a long position with iron condor or other type of stuff. But at the beginning, in this case, I bet on a long position with buying stocks or buying a call with a strike at 140.
Can I ask you a question about the options metrics? Because I think if people now listen to this, they would be now curious. So if we see on the expiration dates, we see 140, 140, 140, and then 125, and then 160 is showing up. Would you expect that the market comes a little bit down so that you get a good buy opportunity, so dip buy, where you can be going in, or what would you say? So you'll be I would say a beginner trader, but your experience with this now. So it would be really curious how you would read this.
I don't think so that 125 it means that there will be a rebound to this type of core resistance, because there is a lot of jacks expiration over there. That it means market maker are edge. There is a lot of edge about the bullish position with the expiration in 21 of March. And I don't trust this type of level now. I don't bet on the drawdown and then the pullback, okay?
Okay, cool.
Because there is a lot of amount of expiration. For me, it's too risky to bet on drawdown.
Yeah, that's cool. So I think this is really helpful for the people to understand how you could read this and how follow traders read this. So because everyone have different view of the market, and that's good. So in this case, we can make money. If we always think always the same way, then we cannot make money. But this is a good way. I like this how you read this. So thank you for your explanation.
Thank you too. Thank you for the answer. And after that, of course, if you want to interrupt him with some ask, take your time, of course. And after that, the fourth week, I think I was in the end of December or the first week of January. I would like to understand better the volume and the open interest with this type of data. I like this a lot because it's different than NetJacks and show me where are the main key levels, okay? About, of course, the price, the strike price. At the end of this call, of this journey, I can share with you my my last trade yesterday, okay, and fit perfectly with this type of dashboard because you can look at this. The main key level here for now, of course, is 120. Okay, look at this. If the price go down, and I don't know, for some reasons, the bull trend stops, and then we have a reversal, I can bet on the hold of this position for a while, okay, for a little rebounds maybe, but for me is enough to make a trade, okay, or to do a strategy. I don't trust this level 155 and 25, okay, because it's too little for me. Because I'm a person that I want a lot of confirmation, a lot of data to make the trade. Okay, I don't trust only this tiny level, and of course this is the volume. If I match the strike price with the open interest, okay, and this is the case, I can see that there is a big confirmation about this type of level, and there is another type of confirmation about this but here there are a lot of calls, and you can see here OE calls, the levels of OE calls are more than OE puts. And look at this, in 120 there are more puts than call, and there are only 2 points, 5 points from these two levels, okay, 120 and 125. This is for me a confirmation that I can bet on a little rebounds. Maybe it will be a super strong rebounds. I don't know, but for me this is a super good level because
that's good. I love this. But now I think in many brains they are asking, hey, and what is with risk management? How you manage your risk? If you see the open interest, you see the volume, you have your trading idea, where you say to yourself, okay, this area is my stop area. If the trade goes wrong here, I have my confirmation. So if we reaching this level, I'm out.
I have a rules in my trade, and I take trades only with risk reward 1-3, 1 risk and 3 rewards, and I made everything with these rules. I of course set the stop loss and take profit with this type of risk reward in every trade that I made.
Okay, cool.
Okay. For me, volume and open interest chart, Fabio, it's super useful for me. Super useful. Of course, I look at the 0 DTE. It is the same with the expiration now today, and I looked now. Super cool. This is new for me. The open and interest chart. Okay, it's perfect. That my view is more simplified thanks to this chart. Okay, but this is the point. After that, I would like to having some traits with the volatility, with in particular with iView rank, because I tried to having some short strangle. I know after that that I made. Okay, I learned after because I want to bet into the drawdown of the iView. Okay, the implied volatility with option. I do that with the last earnings. Okay, because I bet on the like Nvidia or AMD, the tech stocks with a super high implied volatility. That it means the premium in the option are super high, and I bet on the decrease of the option, selling put or selling call. Okay, and I do that with Iron Condor. That means I sell some puts only OTM. I do that only OTM because I don't want to. I want to stay safe. Okay, only OTM. Ma where in particular OTM? How can I choose the strike price of the OTM? Okay, I look at the swing levels, and it was perfectly the 20-day and the 5-day. What I mean that, for example, we are a day from Nvidia earnings, okay, and the iView is 100. Okay, I look at this, the 20-day model for Nvidia. Okay, and we are in a bullish momentum or not. Okay, and I look at the lower band of the 20-day, and I put my bet on selling puts 10% or 20% under this lower band level. Okay, that feels me safe. And I buy, of course, a put with an under strike price for an Iron Condor. I don't know, maybe 25 or 30, depends on the premium. Okay, and I bet only to the drawdown of the volatility the day of the earnings, and it works. It works every time for me for now. Okay.
Nicola, when you say there's implied volatility from 100%, and you were speaking about before, if you see low implied volatility, you don't like it. So on which number you say, oh, this is interesting. So what number must showing up?
For me, there is no number. There is a percentage. If is the 20 or 30% upper than the historical, for me is enough. Okay. Yeah, I trade Disney. Okay, Disney have a few number of implied volatility. Okay, 21. I made a trade where Disney was, if I don't remember wrong, 40%. Okay, and I trade Tesla, and it was 100. Okay, I don't know. Depends on the historical.
So did Tesla buy you a Tesla?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I made a couple of trades with different strategy with option. I tried strangle, I tried straddle, I tried naked. I sell naked puts and call. But I trust all these levels every time. I trust the risk trigger, I trust the upper band, and for my safe, I repeat, I made a bet 10% or 20% or 50%, depends, okay, upper or lower than the band that you mentioned. Because I'm good with tiny premium, because I don't know, I sell a lot of puts, or I sell a lot of, not one contract, right? Maybe 5 contract or 6 contract or 10, I don't know. Okay, depends. And after that, I tried to make some safe trades only with stocks with the 5D swing models. I open a position on Monday and I close on Friday every time. I buy stocks or I sell stocks only with this type of chart. If we are in a bullish momentum or in a bearish momentum, or I sell an option, an iron condor, opening on Monday and close on Friday with this type of bands, and it works. Of course, I search the best success rate in stocks. Okay, I look at all the success rate in the past 5 days and in the past 20 days, and I choose the best success rate for this type of trade. Okay, look at this. We had 80% in 56 days. Okay, is enough for me. We had 76%. Maybe there is something better. I don't know. Visa. Look at Visa. On Visa, I made a lot of money because I buy a lot of calls at the end of January, and the price moves up, and I made a lot of money. Why? Because I trusted this 98.28% in 58 days. For me, is enough to make a trade, okay, or to do some strategy. 20 days, the lower band, 100% success in 43 days. I can make a trade. For me, okay, for my strategy, of course. And after the swing trade, safe trade for me, without pressure, I would try something more, and I use ChatGPT to put inside all the data and find me some strategy to add to TradingView, because of course I use TradingView, and I came into development world, a digital world, and I made a lot of mistakes because yes, ChatGPT take me and give me some trade strategy. Okay, trade strategy. I put into TradingView. I tested into TradingView with the Pine editor, and it was successfully okay. And then I thought, how can I do that in real? Okay, I download the Interactive Broker apps. This is my broker, Interactive Broker, with the desktop app is TVS. And how can I connect? Okay, I can transform this strategy in TradingView into a real strategy, and I develop a code with Python. Okay, and I connect my computer with Python with API on TVS, and I run it. But I made a lot of mistakes because I ran it in my, not in my paper account, but in my real account, and I fucked $3,000, in 30 seconds, okay, or a minute, less than a minute, and I say, oh, fuck. I'm an idiot. I'm really a super stupid idiot. And then I stopped and I burned everything. This is not the way I learn.
But I think that's not true that you're being stupid idiots. I think every time when we taking losses, I speak also for myself. In the moment where I'm taking the losses, it's the point where I'm growing, because it came to a right time that I'm taking the losses. Think about you would be so comfortable and having a much bigger account now because you're growing and you funded more to your trading account and everything is good because you're comfortable. And then you're doing the same mistakes in the case where you be comfortable and funded your accounts with much more. So more buying power, bigger losses. So better to take only the small losses like 3K as maybe in few months 30, 40, 50K. That's always I think the right mindset is, hey, it came to the right side what I was learning. Maybe don't trust ChatGPT. Do you think all the guys who were trading for 20 years, they're sitting on the floor, they are not smart? So idiots. So do you think only you can go to ChatGPT, get a code, program on yourself something, and now you make money? Come on. Maybe there's one from 10 million who's a really smart guy who can do this, but then he will sitting on Citadel very soon because he find the cheat code. But I think it's I don't know. I don't trust ChatGPT. I like ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT also from my side. Every time when I getting my stats, I put my stats in ChatGPT and ask, hey, ChatGPT as risk manager, how I can be improved. So what should be I'm looking for? What is my weakness? And then they're helping me. But with coding, I don't believe in this. But maybe you can prove me wrong. But every time when I heard something about this, I think, yeah, you get it to the right time.
Yes, I made the same mistake. I trusted ChatGPT not for the strategy, but I trusted too much myself because I made in 3 weeks in a row a positive profit, and then I think, okay, I'm a fucking genius. I can do an automatic strategy. I can make a lot of money without risk, and I can build a robot advisor and blah blah blah. Because I'm a successful entrepreneur, and then I can be a successful automatic trader.
And Nicola, I can make now a bet. I can really make a bet. So the people when the market was selling off the last few, let's say few weeks or few days, there are outside people who are making so much money. They are really comfortable now. And they say, yeah, I get this. I make this. Boom. I make so much money. But now they miss, hey, this was the market condition. This was a clearly sell-off. It was really easy. It was free money. But we have also other times. We come back bullish. We have sideways market condition. We have this. And then they're taking so much stupid losses. The history repeats. Think about when it was in the GameStop saga. Everyone was, not everyone, but most of the people was making money. There was also taking losses, of course. But if they came to the normal condition where the market is not so crazy or the stock is not so crazy like this, they were struggling and they're taking the losses. So this is really important also. Think about the market condition. If you testing some tool, on what market condition you was trying this. And then don't do this in different market conditions. So if you're testing this in, I don't know, sideways or in a bullish market, and now we're getting the sell-off, maybe it doesn't work. This is something where you have to be also really careful.
Yes, it's super true. And what else? After that, I tried to having some other trades in the earning stage, like I put a position short and long with different accounts depends on the stocks. Okay, I follow the tech stocks because I came from tech sector and tech business, and I know the balance sheet or the value, the real value about the company, the technological company. And I made some bets on the earnings with hedging my position. With what I mean, I buy 100 of Tesla, and I hedge my position with buying some puts or call, depends on my position. Of course, maybe OTM only to hedge my position if there is a super big drawdown or super big difference in price. Okay, and I know better the potential of option. Maybe I think 40% of the total options world, but for now, I think in 3 months MenthorQ give me a lot of arms, a lot of potential strategy to think about some trades, different trades. But different trades, not only technical advice, but the different trades depends on the market, on the period, on the news, depends on me, on my risk in this type of weeks, on my time, because I cannot invest 2 or 3 hours a day because I have a job. Okay, I have my company to guide, but I have a lot of arms in my hands, a lot of options in my hands. And at the end, I tried, of course, Patrick, to trade futures. I tried to trade futures. At the beginning, I tried to trade futures only watching our levels, okay? Because one of the best feature that you allow us to use are the TradingView levels. I switch for a moment in my TradingView account, if you allow me.
Yeah.
I share my TradingView account. Okay. Okay. Okay, you can see? Can you see? Yeah. Okay. The first thing is I copy the MenthorQ, the watch list. I called MenthorQ watch list. Okay, and this is the same in the watch list that we have in the dashboard, that I have in the dashboard. Okay, match perfectly. Okay, because I want the situation clear. Both I have two screens, and one there is the dashboard, and one there is the TradingView account. And I look at the levels, okay, and sometimes I take some order or some trades only betting on on holding the levels of MenthorQ, Jack's level, or the one-day mean, or the put supports. I did it a lot of times with stocks with put supports and core resistance, not the Jack's level intraday, okay, for me. But for example, if I have a confirmation in end of day and intraday that the put support is the same and the price is going nearby, I bet on a tiny rebounds, okay, of this level. And then in 5 minutes, or I don't know, with the same level of risk reward, I'm out or I stay in, okay? But
that's interesting. That's interesting. What you was telling us. So can you give us some idea behind why you're doing this? Why you check the intraday put support and the end of the day put support? What confirmation you're looking for? Because it's a second confirmation.
Yes, I looking into two confirmation because end of day levels for me are stronger especially the put support, because I think are calculated about with the total expiration, okay? And if intraday the put support, the line of put support, not 0DT, the put support, okay, the total put support change, it means for me there is a super changing in the market, okay? And if this is not happened, for me is a double confirmation about one level, okay? And I trust that level can hold the position if the market is not going against me, okay? How can I see this? If VIX is in a good level, if S&P or NDX are not squeezing in that moment, and I look at the volume. If the volume is not growing up when we are in proximity about put support, but maybe it's growing down, for me is perfect. Is the perfect situation. I came into the trade with a buy position, if we are talking about put support, and I closed the position with a 1-3 risk reward. This is the same when I made the trade in the opposite way with the core resistance. Okay. I don't know, Patrick, if I'm saying something wrong.
No, you are the trader, so your strategy is right. So it works for you. So everything what must be work for you must not work for some other one. But I find this really interesting because, Fabio, we're getting this very often in the community. People asking, hey, should I use intraday? Should I use end of the day? I have my opinion on this. I'm saying this very often. And you give us now also a good idea that you say, hey, look at the confirmation, like put support. Is the put support the same level what we have intraday and end of the day? If yes, okay, boom, it could be really strong. This is cool. I like this. I was never thinking about this.
The other day, I don't remember if it was Friday or Thursday the past week, when the market, the S&P in particular, goes down with 2% of drawdown. I don't remember, a strong drawdown. Okay, my expectation it was that because we were nearby 6,000. Okay, a strong number. Okay, my expectation was that the intraday levels with this type of drawdown change the put support strike, but it remained the same all the day, and I trusted more this level. In fact, for a 5 minutes time frame, the S&P rebounds perfectly in this put support, because unless the drawdown, put support hold in intraday levels. For me, it was amazing.
Yeah, on ES, this put support is really one of the strongest one, what I'm seeing. Every time when we're getting the sell-off, Fabio, I can only speak for London time, yeah. When I'm observing London time and we came to New York time, so where we getting the reserval on the put support? Always. It's always the same. Put support, boom. So if you miss the short, wait until we come to the put support, see the reaction, and then maybe you can take action again. But this is something what I'm observing. I'm not backtesting in this case, only observing. That was the case when we get the Japanese carry trade, when we getting the last sell-offs overnight, over weekend, most of the time Fridays and Mondays, and then where we stop, put support, boom. And yesterday, Fabio, you was posting something also, put support, boom.
But even today, we had a strong reaction on the put support as well. So yeah.
Perfect, yes. Yeah. Here. I looked before with the 5 minute time frames. We see perfectly that at the beginning of the day we touch the put support in ES, and then we rebound 50 points.
Yeah.
and it was perfect.
Is this crazy? How the money is flowing? How much free money we have? You get 50 points on the ES in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You get 200 points in 20 minutes on NQ. And what the fuck is going on? It's so crazy. I love it. It's so crazy. So if you be on the right side, boom, let it run. 50 points ES, let's go. So this is something meaningful. Some people was really happy if they catching 10 points in the past. But now we're speaking about 50 points on a swing. Boom. And you cannot hold this anymore. If you going shorter, you cannot hold this. It's if you have not the capital, and it's really impossible to hold 50 points because it can squeeze you really hard.
Yeah. And yesterday I made another trade, and I want to close with this one. I made this type of trades yesterday evening with NDX. Okay. I look at NDX when I want to trade NQ. What I mean, I look at the levels like this. Yesterday, this one, it was the Jax one or the put support or the one they mean. I don't remember perfectly, but it was a super strong level yesterday. This one. I have to... No, this one. Okay. Yes, this one here. And the price is going down. It was going down and touched the Jax one yesterday in NDX. But in NQ, there is not the levels compared to the NQ, okay? But I trust the level to NDX to open a buy position with NQ in the same time. I made an alert, okay? When touch 20, buy an NQ, okay? An order NQ. And it was perfect because we were here and I set the stop, the take profit over here, and I made 75 points. Okay. In 5 minutes. I have a screenshot about that. Okay. I sent to Fabio yesterday evening. What does it mean for me? The level on NDX are, of course, correlated to NQ. And when in NQ there are no levels, okay, I look at the strongest level in NDX to make a super quickly trade in NQ. Maybe with 1 minute time frame or 2 minute time frame, or maximum 5 minute time frame. Okay. And for me, yesterday it was a super good trade. Okay. But of course, 2 weeks ago, I lost a lot of money because I didn't follow my rules. I didn't follow my strategy. It was Friday at mid afternoon, like 6. Okay, in Italy. Okay, it is morning in New York, and I have to go with my family to dinner. Okay, and I open a position buy long in ES, and I forget it without take profit and without stop loss. After 6 hours, I lost 8K. I open my interactive broker, of course, and I look at that. Oh fuck! I'm a very, very stupid. I'm an idiot. I lost everything. 8K is a big amount for me. Okay, in 4 hours. Because why? Because I made an idiot trade without rules, with emotional, because in that moment I feel very strong that there will be a rebound after 2 hours of drawdown. very stupid.
And can I ask? I remember those trades because we were on the phone discussing this. But I think you had a very strong bias that the market could not go lower, right?
Yeah.
You were like, "There's no way the market can go lower than this," and you said, "Okay, I think I'm going long." And you were in your mind, you couldn't see that there could be a potential of the market going lower. So I think that's one of the, like, I think the biggest mistake that we have, that when we trade, we should never have a bias, because the market is always right and we can be right sometimes, but most likely, if we don't use the data that we have, then your bias can be really like betting at a casino. It's like,
yeah.
So my question is always, are you trading the data or are you trading the feed?
Yes,
so if you're trading the feed, so that means you have no rules. And sometimes I have the same. I have on my smartphone everything, TradingView, I have my broker platform, I don't know, I have everything on my smartphone. And sometimes I was doing this also, I think, in the middle of the week. I was placing a trade. It was not a big position size because I know I was going out, but I was walking 2 hours. I was really, really good weather outside. I was walking on the sea, was taking a little bit relaxed, but I'm stupid idiot. I was placing before I'm walking the trade. And of course, what I was doing every time when I was walking, I look into my smartphone. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? So stupid. So if you know exactly, hey, there comes some event like family event, you want to take some free time, or kids coming home, or something like this, where you maybe have only 20 minutes left, don't place a trade. It makes really no sense. And of course, I'm taking also stupid loss. It's completely stupid. And then I was thinking, after I was back after 2 hours after the walk, I was telling my wife and myself, I say, what, I'm stupid idiot. I'm not, the money is, give a shit about the money, but it makes me the 2 hours completely nervous every time when I was watching on my fucking smartphone, what's going on with my position. And I disrespect my free time, because this is free time from my family, from everything, only me. But in this time, fuck, I'm idiot, I was trading. Stupid. So it's really like this. If you have no focus, because I think personally, you should have a fixed time for trading, maybe only 2 hours, and then show up on this time, and boom, you're placing your trades, you're doing your job, and everything is good. After this, forget about this. It's like the same. You're an entrepreneur, or if people have a 9-to-5 job, like, for example, if you be a teacher, in a high school or middle school, if you left your room, your classroom, and you go home, you don't think about anymore about the school, about the kids and all the stuff, correct? Mostly you should not do this. Or you don't work, you don't speak to your kids and giving them history lessons, mathematical lessons. You're not doing this. But why we trader doing this? So why we cannot close the door in our mind and can say, okay, now it's done, so our work is done, we are good? No, there come some places where we say, oh, let's take a look what the market is doing. And then you're looking now and you say, oh,
we lost you, Patrick. We lost the audio, Patrick. But yeah, Nick, that was a very interesting day too when we were looking at that.
Yeah. I have a question for you, Fabio.
Sure.
Because I want to understand better if you would like to explain the 4 new indicator about the Q score, because I see that in the dashboard, but I didn't understand deeply. And I don't know how can I trade with that, or give me some more comfortable with my trades.
Okay, let me just bring it up 1 second. All right. So first, Nick, what you see here, and let's go back to Baba, for example, or let's go back to NVIDIA. There's some really interesting example on NVIDIA. So the goal of what we do is to simplify how you read the market, right? Because everybody's busy. There's a lot of data out there, and you want to come into the dashboard and you want to, at a glance, get an idea of, damn, what's going on with my asset? Is it a good time to get in? Is it a good time to get out? What's going on with the option data? What's going on with the momentum and stuff like that? So what we did is we started creating our scoring system, which is essentially, think about it as a rating. So when you look at like analyst ratings of a company, you would get a score from 1 to 5. 5 is typically a strong buy and 1 is typically a strong sell. We kind of like created a similar idea, but looking at different factors. So we look at, right now it's going to be 4, but in the future it could be more than 4 factors. What we look at is option, volatility, momentum, and seasonality, right? And what we're trying to do there is, by looking at all this data, we're trying to establish, okay, like, are we in a bullish or bearish environment by looking at different data sets? So for example, what you see here, by clicking, highlighting the numbers, so we're in a low option. So the score goes from 1 to 5. 1 is bearish, 5 is bullish, but then in seasonality, we have a score that goes from -5 to +5, right? So we explain that in our documentation. So immediately you can see that we are in a very low or bearish option kind of setup for NVIDIA. We are in neutral volatility, so the market really doesn't know if the price could go up or could go low. So we are kind of in a neutral stage. We're in a bearish momentum, and we're also in slightly negative seasonality, right? So the very negative is -5, the slightly negative is -2, and it goes from -5 to +5. So if we, let me bring this up. So these are the scores. Then let's go back here. Every score also has its own chart. So here we have our option score. So you can see the historical option score versus the price of NVIDIA, right? And then we also have the momentum score, the seasonality score, and the volatility score, right? So you can access historical data. You can also go back in time, and if you want to see, oh, how was the score maybe like a week ago, a month ago, you can click here and change the date and go back. But basically, let's go here. And so the momentum model is really looking at technical analysis, technical indicators. So we built our own kind of momentum model. And the goal is really to understand if we are in a bullish or bearish momentum. So 0, very bearish momentum, 5, bullish momentum. The seasonality score is looking at the last 20 years of data, price data for an asset, whether it's a stock or an index. And then we are trying to forecast the price action for the next 5 days. So by looking at seasonality, we're trying to see, okay, are we in a potentially positive seasonality trend on SPX or on NVIDIA? And I'm going to show you an example. And it goes from -5, which is a bearish seasonality, to a +5, which is a bullish seasonality. Volatility, 0, we are in a very low volatile environment. 5, we are in a very high volatile environment. And as you mentioned, IV rank, implied volatility, we can use this data to understand if it's a good time to potentially buying options, selling options, or maybe selling spreads. And then you can combine this with our swing models, etc. So, and then finally, the option model is really looking at option to provide a bullish or bearish sentiment. So we look at things like gamma, delta, to potentially really understand where the market can go. So there's a few ways you can use this. Trend confirmation. So you could be using, for example, our momentum score and our option score to understand the direction. You can look at seasonality to understand, okay, like, are we in a bullish seasonal pattern or bearish? You can use our data for volatility-based strategies. So yesterday we had a session with Ryan to talk about volatility. In 2 weeks, we're going to have another one. So we're always going to go into like, how can you use this data for volatility-based strategies? And finally, looking at the option market. So if we go back here, for example, let's go back on NVIDIA and let's go into our seasonality chart. If you see here, we have a strong increase in seasonality, right? We have seasonality around 4, and that kind of coincided also to a bullish activity right there. And then the seasonality start dropping, and we are getting to a -2 seasonality, which kind of coincided with the market drop that we saw. And now we are kind of still kind of in a negative seasonality, but we were going up and we saw this green candle, and now we're kind of like still in a negative seasonality environment. So I think, yeah, I don't know, let me know if you have questions.
No, I have only to try to use it.
Yeah.
Of course.
So essentially, the goal is really you open up the screen. Let's say we take Tesla stock. We can immediately see that we are in negative gamma. So you know, obviously, what that means. We are in a very low option environment, very high volatility, very low momentum. We open the skew. We are in a put bias environment. We open our net jacks. There's a lot of downside protection or downside positioning at this 250 level. If we look at the next expiration, the only one that has some positive positioning is June, so further in the future. So like by looking at this in like less than 5 seconds, I can kind of picture myself what's going on with Tesla, and then I can go into my chart and I can then start plotting my levels with the new indicator and maybe see where, you know, we are at put support, we are a 1-day min. So what happens if we break down this level? We're at 250 level, right? So very, very strong inflection point right here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we can look at our swing model. We're now in a bearish environment. We have our risk trigger at 238 for the next 5 days. We can also look at the success rate. So obviously, it's not a good picture in this case for Tesla. We also have a negative DAX. So, and also looking at the matrix as well.
Yeah, I think all this data are super, super useful. I am a little bit scared when I started because I thought that, oh man, there are too many data. It's too hard to understand everything. But in 2 months is enough. I understand a lot of this data, and I look at the improvement that you've done in the dashboard and the in the graphics, okay, of this picture, and now it's more simple for me to understand. Yeah. And the usability, of course, it will be improved dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, I think now with the new watch list, you know, you can resize, you can move out the components, you can make it smaller. So it's exactly the same functionality as like what we see on TradingView. You can drag and drop your models. You can add them. So if you want to see what all the models that we have, you know, skew 3 months, skew 0 DTs. You can add all the levels, and then of course you can save it. And every time you open up a new ticker, then you have all of the stuff here. So now also with the screeners, as you saw before, we can go in the screener, look at the ticker, and simply clicking on it, and you can basically then get to the page. So like the usability is very, very improved. And we also have our intraday data. So click on the intraday stuff. You can also access our snapshots. We now have 9 snapshots per day, but we're going to increase those to get as close as possible to real time. You can just click on the screen, and you can basically go back in time to see like what was the situation at the beginning of the day at the open, and what was the situation pre-market, so the end of day data, and you can see how things change. And then you can also look at our JAX difference, so you can see like how the gamma changes throughout the day. So clearly, like we open pre-market, we were very negative on this positioning on the VIX, but then we open and suddenly we have lower positive gamma at 9:35, 10:30, and now of course like the positioning on the VIX is going crazy, and and really.
I think the best feature that you developed is the automation in TradingView with the levels. You saved my life. I haven't to copy and paste the text code in the indicator, not yet.
Yeah, so for those who are not familiar, now you can access our end of day and intraday indicators, and the levels are automatically updated, so you don't have to input anything anymore. So you don't have an input box, and basically we have the ability to just go from one level, one ticker to the other one. So you have your watch list here. I can click on any of the tickers, and then the levels will kind of update. I can also convert levels. So for example, if I want to convert the NDX intraday levels to NQ, or the intraday SPX level to ES, I can do that. And now we also have our trading roadmap. This was developed following kind of like what Patrick does when he's trading. So he's looking for areas. So now we have the ability to automatically connect our gamma levels, create areas, and then we can also basically just remove the levels. And now we have a very clear picture of what are the areas where I want to be in, where I don't want to trade, or where maybe I could potentially look for a breakout. So this could be an interesting area in case the Dow just breaks down below. And now you can basically also look adding back the levels. You can see that basically we have our 1 day minimum right there. What happens if we break there? Very interesting. And we can do the same on ES, for example.
But Fabio, is my audio now okay? Let me know.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think personally, yeah, the trading view levels are really important. They are really good, and this is some of the main future what the people using. But personally, I can only speak personally. I think the best for MenthorQ what people can use is they have now the ability, if you have already a playbook, to add data now to your playbook, to redefine your playbook based on data. So this is really critical, so that you can backtest this now with real data, what comes from the options market driving the market, as we were seeing in the big graphic. And if you be new, or maybe you be a beginner trader, you have now something to developing and really good playbook. What you're normally doing as a beginner trader, you would be start with SMA crossover, RSI, MACD, trend line, support and resistance, all the stuff what the beginner traders going through. But now they have really data where they can use and developing his own playbook. The same what Nicola was doing. He was presenting this in the beginning. He was saying, okay, on Baba, I'm looking to this, I'm looking to this. I go to the screener, and then I want this, I want to see this. This is his playbook. This is what he wants to see. He was developing, if he know it or not, but at the end, he was developing his own playbook. And this is great. Yeah. And this is something what you can do. And I think this is the real power of MenthorQ. If you have a playbook, if you're using some other tool and you need data, you need second confirmation, you want to be more precise with your trading strategy, you want to become better on execution, you want to be better on risk management and profit taking, MenthorQ is the right place. As a beginner, developing your playbook MentorQ is the right place. No matter if you trade options like Nicola, if you trade stocks like Nicola, or if you was trying to trade futures, we have it. And by the way, we have also Bitcoin and we have FX futures. So we cover everything. So nothing is impossible. In the future, we cover also Euro futures. So it will become very soon also. So, and this is the real power of MentorQ in my point of view.
Yeah, and I think also, Nick, to explain basically why we created the Q score. So when we created MentorQ, we are trying to become kind of like the quant desk for a retail trader, right? The retail trader is kind of left at a disadvantage. You don't have access to the same data that big institutions have, and of course, you don't have the manpower of being able to create quantitative strategies. So the Q score is our first step to be able to demonstrate that we can deliver a great value. So by looking at the score, we have developed 5 strategies that you guys can find within our guides. I'm going to show you where they are. Just give me a second. And basically, the goal is really to use the Q score to define entry and exit points. So in this case, we are using our momentum score, right? So we are looking at ETFs with the highest, let me see if I can show you here. All right, so let's go back. So the asset coverage is really using sector ETF to outperform the index. The index is for us the S&P 500. And we have 2 strategies, one using seasonality, one using momentum. The one using seasonality, what we do is within this group of ETFs that are explained here, we try to look for the ETF that have the highest seasonality that has to be greater than 0. And then if we have multiple ETF, then we use the one that has an average return. So if we take the last 7 days, we look at the average return for each of the ETF, and we take the one with the highest one. We buy at the market open, we sell at the market open the next day. And if the same ETF is selected for the next day, we keep it. We don't exit, we just keep it for the following day. And if no ETF basically meets the criteria, then no position is taken. January 2014, January 2025, this is kind of like, let me make it bigger. This is kind of like the return for the seasonality strategy. We did the same with momentum, and this is kind of like the return. The red line is the index, that's the S&P 500. And then we also had a Max 7 momentum and seasonality. Same principle. Here are defined. I'm going to show you where to look for these strategies. And then here you see the performance. And then finally, we also did one on futures. So we use a seasonality strategy on future. And we look at the S, NQ, CL, GC, and ZN, which are the futures that are showing more seasonality than the others. And then basically, again, we use the same kind of enter and exit condition. And again, this is kind of like the return versus using the index, right? And then basically, if you guys want to learn where to find these strategies, just simply create a free account, go under our guides, and look under quant strategies. So first of all, here we have a lot of back testing of swing levels, gamma levels. And then now if you click on strategies, you can find all the different documentation for what I just showed you. So basically, this is the same document that I showed you. This is the same charts, all the back testing results, stuff like that. And we have 5 of them under here. Yeah, so let me know if that makes sense, Nick, for you.
Yes, of course. It is very interesting. I have to spend some hours to read all your guides and all your strategy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of documentation. We also have like our academy. So if you go to the academy, well, first of all, just to recap for those who maybe didn't join at the beginning, we have an amazing course that is free for everyone. So you just need to create a free account. I'll just post the link here. Just go to mentorq.com. /free, and then basically you can access the time that we used with Nick. So we spent about, I think it was about 12 hours altogether, Nick.
Yeah.
And we go from 0 to being able to put a trade, and then of course after 2 months, Nick is now a professional trader.
No, a beginner trader, not a professional trader.
Well, you're now doing straddles and strangles. So.
Yes.
All right. And then also, maybe you want to spend some time for those who are interested in joining us until March 16. As we did a massive product release last week, we are now having like an amazing promotion where you can join us with up to 50% discount. Everyone that joins our premium or pro member, we're gonna reward you with the 2 live sessions with Patrick next week. We did one this week that is available on our YouTube channel. You can see what the process we follow there. And maybe Patrick, I don't know if you want to spend some time in sharing with us what you do in the pro group and what we can expect to see there.
Yes, of course. So first things first. So the pro group is a group where you can connect with like-minded people. Of course, we have on MenthorQ our community. Everything is there, no worries. But in the pro group, you can really connect with other ones. So how you can connect? We connect every single Monday, every week. And then we spend 1 hour time together. So we're speaking about how was our week. We speak about what was good, what was bad, what we was learning. And everything what is talking about in this group, it will be staying in the group. We can learn from each other. Like, think about, we have now Nicola there. Nicola is sharing with us how he takes his barber trades, what he's looking for, the implied volatility, what is really important for him. Or the really golden nugget from this call, it's for me, my personally golden nugget about the put support, how he using the intraday and the end of the day gamma levels, how he connect the dots on his mind. Because sometimes you miss a really good puzzle on your trading strategy. And maybe this is one of my puzzles, because I never thinking about this in this direction. Now it's weekend, I go crazy, I will test this, I know myself. So this is the place where we be in a Zoom call, where we talking together, we are live on camera. If you not have camera, you have not to be there, but it's a family, it's a small group. And also Fabio is there. If we have new stuff, he will share this. He gives also some insights about this, how we should be looking for, because he works together with the developers, with the quants. And we have the opportunity every single Monday to squeeze him. And he's a little bit opener, as usual, of course, in the program. He shares more insights with us. Not all insights, but more insights. When you're asking good questions, of course. If not, I will do this. No worries. So this is Monday. This is also our accountability. So we want to share our wins. We want to share our losses. We want to become our accountability. And on Tuesday and on Wednesday, we have our live trading sessions. We spend together 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Wednesday, and then we trade together. So I will share my screen, but there's something really important what I'm thinking. I'm not the clown. It's not the circus. You don't watch any YouTuber how he trade in front of you. This is not how it works on the pro. So the pro is really different. I'm sharing, of course, my stream, but we have open mic. So we can talk together. This is really important. So I think it's in the pro, we understand us as family, we understand us as team. So if we have more eyes on the market, we can be more productive, we can be more precise, we become much better. So I give you one example. Some follow trader was shutting out this week something. Hey, Patrick, don't go long there. There's huge liquidity. Wait for the retest. I see this on my platform. The follow trader was using some other platform. I will not name it now. And then I was thinking like, oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I should be waiting. And what's happened? Boom, market came down. Good that I was not long. this is only one example. Also, I'm shutting out what I'm seeing. So we were speaking about the 1 day min the last few weeks, really strong. I was saying, hey, I missed the short, but now let's take the resolver on the 1 day min because I feel really comfortable. I like the data. And this is also one of my part. If I'm seeing some trading idea, I discuss this with you. I give you all my ideas, what I'm thinking. And also the follow traders, if they see something, and we have really professional follow traders, like-minded people, they shut out also, and they're talking about really open what they're seeing and why they're taking something. Or maybe there are some professional traders, they don't like talking too much. They give one comment, but the comment is really cool. It's on the point. So what I want to say, it's really like family. It's really like a team. So this is the pro group. I don't see the member fee as member fee for the pro. What you see on the monthly 209 at the moment. You see pro 2,499. I don't see it as a fee. I see it more as a commitment, as an investment, because I'm highly believe everyone who will join our live trading sessions and the Monday sessions, and he becomes really consistently with this, to join us every single day where we be live or watching the recordings, they take some advantage of this. They become automatically a better trader. Think about, there's one golden rule for the professionals. If you want to become a pro, hang around with the pro. Learn how the pro is working. I'm a millionaire at the moment. There's no worries about this. But I hate this. I hate this to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. So what I'm doing now, I'm living in Dubai, but my major goal is going to Qatar and hang around with the billionaires. No more with the millionaires, to get the mindset from the billionaires. And it's this exactly same in trading. If you be a beginner trader, if you be an advanced trader and you want to learn how a pro thinking, hang around with the pro and not watch them maybe on YouTube or the fake gurus on YouTube. No, you have open mic. You can talk to them. You can speak to them. You can learn with them. You can interact with them. And that's the major goal.
We can't hear you, Fabio.
Sorry for that. So I want to thank you, Nick, for being with us again today, because this was an amazing session, and I'm like really impressed. Like, I think we talk every other week, but like seeing your growth from December to now, it's really fascinating. So really happy about it, and thank you for putting all the time in learning and using our data. And then we'll have you back maybe in a month or so, and then we're going to share some more insights on your progress. But yes, as a golden rule, use data, no more bias when you trade, and don't do it on Friday night, because you risk of ruining your weekend.
Yes, now in Italy are 6 p.m. and I close my desktop and I go with my family. I don't want to watch TradingView now.
Yeah,
that's good. And
but I want to thank you. I want to thank you, Fabio, and thank you, Patrick, for let me and allow me to explain my journey with MenthorQ, and thank you to the data of MenthorQ for allow me to having a lot of knowledge, a better knowledge about this type of market, because I came from another type of market, not the trading market, okay? And it's so fascinating, but at the same time so scary. And if I didn't have this type of data for my comfort zone, I didn't came into. And now I have a journey. I have a lot of steps to learn more deeply your data, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you.
Awesome. But I have also one question for the people who listen to us before we go and say goodbye and happy weekend. Sorry for the last words. It's one of our bad habits. But I want that you also share in the comments here on YouTube what you was learning. So what's your golden nugget? What what Nicola was sharing with us. What was your gold nugget? Maybe how you can use end of the day and intraday more effective. Maybe how you can use our dashboard, how you can use open interest, how you can use, I don't know, the screener. He was sharing so many gold nuggets, but let us know what you was really learning, and then it's be amazing and helps us so well. And if you was liking the live stream, don't forget to put the like and subscribe. And now I give the word to Fabio and say on my end, happy weekend. Nicola, happy weekend, Fabio, and it was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick, and see you guys again next week. And thank you, Nick, and enjoy your weekend, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.